Hey y'all, hiya. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. Tonight is gonna be good. It's gonna be short, but it's gonna be good. Okay? And let me tell y'all, prior to nope, that's a whole lie. Nope, that's truth. Okay. Prior to me hitting the live button, I just had like this emotion, right? And this topic is near and dear to me. So I'm gonna tell y'all who I am before you be like, okay, who is this lady she up here talking? So my name is Dr. Janine Mobley. I'm affectionately known as Dr. Janine, and I help women take their purpose, their God-given talent into and build it a profitable business while overcoming mindsets that will prevent profit, progress, and prosperity. If you have not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button on your screen. Make sure you text this to about 2 or 3 people. But real quick, I just wanted to share this with you all. So before I hit the live button, I was in mommy mode, right? I was preparing for the week, ironing our clothes and so forth. Sorry, y'all. I just had to. That's just me. Sorry, I should have got myself together. But and I just was feeling like this anxiousness. And one thing about me is I'm very aware of where I am emotionally because I understand that when we disconnect from how we truly feel is when you begin to tell yourself lies and not be honest with where you are. So what happens is people begin to cover up as if they're okay, and the layers build, and because people do not confront the emotional tension, the things that they are feeling on the inside that don't get addressed, it spills over in other areas of their lives. So in being a coach, good evening. In being a coach, one of the things that I focus on most for my clients and with my clients is building the mindset and really focusing on building yourself. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Why? Because I understand that building yourself is essential. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, text this to about 2 or 3 people because I promise y'all it's going to be good, but it's going to be short. I usually am not on here no longer than like 35 minutes. I may push 45, but y'all, it's going to be good. So as you all are coming in, make sure you drop below in the comments where you are tuning in from. Also, I want you all, if you are new to this channel, if you've never seen me before, I want you to put a 1 in in the comments. The second thing is I want to say a shout out to those of you all who have already seen me before, but you decided to come back. I really appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want to ask you a question, and this is very interactive in a positive sense. If you know me, I don't do the negativity because you'll get blocked quick, okay? So, how many of you all have ever been in a room and you've observed someone exude such a level of boldness and you wonder like, dog, where do they get that from, right? You see people in the marketplace and they're able to sell their product, their services, and you're wondering, okay, what am I missing that they have that I don't, right? Somebody walks into the room and they command the attention of the room and you're wondering, who is this person? Well, I'm going to tell this to you all. The secret is confidence. Okay? Confidence. Confidence is what I heard someone coin as the new currency. Robert, you're going to get blocked. So you can try that one more time and you and your comment will get blocked. Okay? Because I'm ready for it tonight. I'm ready for it tonight. So, matter of fact, let me just do that. Because I don't play that here. I don't play that here. If you never met me before, I don't do negativity. I don't do inappropriateness. So, okay. I ain't gonna say that, but I'm just gonna, let's see. Okay. Because I will report you, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So let's talk about confidence. Tonight I'm going to talk to you all. I'm going to teach you all the ABC or ABC of being a confident woman. Why is this? Why am I directing it towards women? Because I resonate with women, with women, and of course I am a woman, right? So in entrepreneurship and in life period, confidence is essential. So how are some people confident and some people not confident? So let's talk about what being confident is and what the definition is. The Bible tells us that in all of our getting that we should get understanding. I truly believe that when we understand something, we can move different, we can make changes, we can make adjustments, we can make better decisions, right? One thing that I truly understand, and I'm sure you all can agree, is that when I know a thing and I understand a thing, especially if I'm doing something wrong, I have the power of making a decision and then making the adjustments so that I can become better. So if you are an entrepreneur, once you understand marketing, once you understand how your marketing is not maybe attracting your ideal clients, once you understand why and how to attract them, then you can make the adjustments in your marketing show up in a powerful way. And guess what? That should lead to increase in income, right? So when you know how to be confident, when you learn what confidence is, then you can make adjustments on improving your confidence and increasing your confidence. So let's talk about what confidence is. I'm gonna put this MacBook down. So by definition, and I actually looked this up in the Bible, the Hebrew version, in the term of being confident. What is confident? It means to trust. That was the first word. It means to trust. It means to be sure. It means to feel safe. And it means to be secure. I'm going to say that again. Confident is to be sure. It means to trust. It means to feel safe, and it means to be secure. So what does it mean to be self-confident? If we take that same definition, to be self-confident means to be sure of yourself, to trust in yourself, to be safe with yourself, and to be secure in who? Yourself. Right? Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna block you too. Yeah, because I don't play that either, Christian. I don't play that. I don't. You're in the wrong place for it. Okay. All right. All right. So what does it mean to be confident? And if you keep it up, I'll block you and I'll report you. This ain't the place. Okay, this is not the place. Now I understand why I was feeling before I came on here. Okay. All right. And the gates of hell shall not prevail. So for those of you all who do not know, I am a believer. And the foundation of a lot of the things that I'm going to share with you all comes from my belief in my relationship with God. Okay. So these are things that I have used, tools that I have used that are effective for me in building my confidence. With building my confidence, this is not the place. This ain't the place. Definitely not the place. Okay? All right. That ain't what you came here for, but this ain't the place, Christian. All right. So, how do we build our confidence? How do we build confidence? How do we stand in our power? How do we understand who God called us and created us to be? How do we walk in our confidence with surety? Hey, good evening. As you all come in, make sure you share this live broadcast. Make sure you text about 2 or 3 people and subscribe to my channel. So how do you become sure and secure of yourself and with yourself, although you may have been broken, although you came from a broken home, although you came from broken parents, although you grew up in an environment that did not foster you to be secure in yourself? Right? How do you build your confidence when somebody else tore it down? How do you build your confidence when you went through a traumatic experience and you're trying to figure out, see? All right, here we go. All right, I got time tonight. This ain't the time. Let's just be clear, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all who I am and whose I am. So, It's amazing that when you dare to do something that God called you to do, how the enemy will come to distract the very thing that God wants you to do. And this ain't the place. This ain't the place. I'm a believer and I'm a firm believer. I don't hate anyone at all. But this ain't the platform to share things about a stud getting a woman pregnant. Because here's the reality. What is a stud? From my definition and my understanding, a stud is a female who is inauthentically presenting herself as a male, which she is not. This is my belief. Okay? So I don't tolerate that. That ain't my belief. I don't believe in none of that. Okay? So we're going to get this message out. We're going to get this message out. I'm going to put this laptop down. I wish I had a stand close by, but hold on, y'all. We're going to work this out. I'm gonna encourage y'all a little bit. One of the things that I understand is that as you dare to ascend to do something even greater, you can, let's put it like this. The enemy never wins when you back down. So let's just say, and this is related to the topic, okay? This is why we got to be confident in whose we are. Whenever you go to war, or a country goes to war, right? They don't win by taking 10 steps back and allowing the enemy to trample over them. They don't win by putting their guns down or their weapons of defense and allowing themselves to be killed. They don't win like that. How do they win? They get up and they fight. They don't just fight in ignorance, they fight in wisdom. So one of the things that I want to share with you all, as you dare to profit in your purpose, as a believer, do not be discouraged when challenges come. Do not be discouraged when people come to challenge or things come to challenge your belief system. You have to stand with your feet rooted and flat-footed in the Word of God. Period. So how do we become secure in who we are? How am I able to stand here and read such foolishness and delete people because what they're saying does not line up with what I believe, right? Because I'm secure in who created me. So the first tip on how to be a confident woman, the first thing is always remember whose you are. That's the first thing. Always remember whose you are. I'm going to say that again. Always remember whose you are. I share with you all that I'm a believer, okay? I believe that God created Jesus Christ for my sins, to die for my sins, for the remission of my sins, right? So when I say believe in whose you are, you have to believe in the God who created you. If you are a blood-bought believer, in order for you to be secure, in order for you to have trust, in order for you to believe in yourself, you first have to believe in the one who created you. There's a scripture that tells us that greater is he that is within me than he who is in the world. My confidence does not come from my flesh. My confidence comes from the one who is greatest in me. This is personal experience. I'll tell y'all the truth. I remember some years ago, even when I was younger, I lacked confidence. I compared myself to others, and it grew as I got older. But baby, once I really understood and learned, and still learning who my God is and who my Father is, baby, I know who I am. So if you want to make sure that you walk in a place of confidence, you got to be confident in who created you. You have to be confident in what he put in you. You have to be confident of how dynamic he made you. The reason why you should never compare yourself to anyone else, the Bible tells us that God is the potter and we are the clay, right? He didn't create any of us the exact same. We all have eyes. Most of us have hair, eyes, feet, and all of the things. But none of us are exactly the same. You can take a set of twins, triplets, quadruplets, multiples, period. And none of them are the exact same. Why? Because we are authentically different. We are fearfully and wonderfully made by him. Right? Even when it comes down to your gift, your purpose, the gift that God has given you, your business. I don't care if it's 10,000 other people who do what you do. None of them are you. None of them are. There's a reason why some people will go. I live in the South. So there's some reasons why people will go to Kroger while somebody else will go to Walmart. There's a reason why some people will go to Whole Foods and some people will go to Publix. Right? Majority of the time, they essentially sell some of the same stuff. But why does a customer go to one place instead of the other place? Because that other place resonates with them. In that same way, your purpose, your calling, your gifting is going to resonate with the people who you have been created and brought here to serve. So you have to make sure that you understand that your security and your trust only comes from the one who created you. I'm not defined by what people say and how people feel about me. I am only defined by what he says about me. So if you are comparing yourself to other people, this is when you have to go back as a believer to the one who created you to remind you who you are. This is why the ABC, the A for ABC of how to be a confident woman is to always remember who you are. Because when I go before the Father, he reminds me of who I am. When I read his word, he reminds me of who I am. Your boasting only comes from him. Your boldness only comes from him. This is why some people are able to feel like it was essentially get knocked down, but they get back up. Because they know whose they are. Always remember, God tells you who you are, not people. This is one of the reasons why I'm not concerned. You ever hear people talk about haters? Who cares? The reality of it is that people killed Jesus. They talked about him even before he died. They talked about him even before he died. They talked about him while he lived. They talked about him even while he was impacting. And here's the crazy thing. They talked about him even though he was producing the results that he was producing. So who am I? People going to talk about you good or bad to the day that you die. But that should not sway you from doing the very thing that you know that you should be doing. Okay? B. The B, right? And how to be a confident woman. And this can go for men. This can go for women. But the second thing is always build yourself. Build yourself always. That's how I worded it. Build yourself always. So I want you to think about, and I'm going to relate this to business. But I want you all to understand this is the revelation that God gave me. Right? I'll never forget. I was walking, I was taking a walk and I was watching a building being built. And it took them a very long time to lay the foundation. They had all of these different things coming out and you could see people working, but the building wasn't going up. It seemed like it was taking forever for the building to be built. Right? But what I identified is that they were laying the foundation. They were working on the foundation. So I started doing some research about foundations. And one of the things that I understood, and we know that when that a foundation is what a property or a building is being built on. So if this is the foundation, this is the building. So here's the other thing that I learned. The taller the building, the deeper the foundation. I'm going to say that again. The taller the building, the deeper the foundation. The deeper the foundation. So when you're talking about building your business, you have to understand that it is essential that you build yourself, not first, but always throughout. What does that look like? You're always working on yourself. You're always personally developing. You're always attending trainings. You're always, as a believer, staying in prayer. You're always reading the word of God. You're always staying before the face of God. You're always making yourself better. Why? Because the business that you are building is being built on top of who you are. And if you are not strong enough, the business that you are building will not be able to stand on the foundation that you have. Many of you all want to build multi-million-dollar companies, and that is absolutely amazing, because one of the things that I understand about God, my God does never do anything small. It may start out small, but it has a way of expanding. And you have to have the capacity, you have to have the endurance to be able to handle that which He's giving you to build. You don't want to build a business on a foundation that is rocky. How would you all feel if the house that you lived on, the foundation wasn't strong? How many of you all would like that? How many of you all would like to be in your house one night and the house begins to sink? The house begins to have cracks develop in it, because that's one of the things that I learned, that when the foundation is unstable and is broken, then there will begin to have cracks up the walls, because the foundation has shattered. The foundation isn't strong. How many of you all would like to live in a house like that? How many of you all would like to work in a building or be in an infrastructure where the foundation is not strong? No one, right? Why? Because it puts you in danger. So why would you want to build a business on yourself when you aren't stable? When you are unstable? When you are not emotionally sound? When you are not properly trained? When you are not properly credentialed? When you lack confidence? This is why I say build yourself always. Because I understand the higher the level that you dare to climb, there's another mindset that you have to develop and cultivate along the way to be able to handle and withstand the growth, to be able to manage and maximize your next level. But you got to be strong enough for it. You got to be confident enough for it. Lastly, how do you build confidence as a woman? The last thing is you create an environment that builds you instead of destroy you. I'm going to say that again. You want to build an environment that will build you and not destroy you. I'm going to reword that. You want to create an environment that builds you instead of destroying you. Many of you all may have grown up in environments where it was already destructive. So because that's the environment that you're used to, you begin to create an adult environment, although it's still not healthy. You create an environment because it's that a negative environment because that is what is familiar to you. In order for you to be confident, in order for you to be secure within yourself and love who you are, you have to create an environment that's going to build you. What is an environment that will build you? Well, I want you to think about building a house. If you were building your own house, what type of material would you use? Let's go back to the story of the Three Little Pigs. Anybody remember the story of the Three Little Pigs? Okay. Anybody remember the story of Three Little Pigs, right? So there was one pig, I think, that built his house out of straw. The other one built his house out of something else, right? But the last one built his house out of bricks. So when the big bad wolf came, the big bad wolf couldn't blow the house with the bricks down. So you want to create an environment that is comparison to bricks. Bricks are solid. Bricks are strong. They are not easily destroyed or blown down when a wind comes. So you want to surround yourself with individuals and people who will build you. You want to surround yourself and create an environment of individuals who won't allow you to be less than who they know you've been called to be. You want to create an environment with individuals and relationships with people who won't allow you to settle. You want people who are going to tell you the truth, even if it hurts, because they love you enough and they want you to be your best. Why? Because it contributes to that strong foundation. The Bible tells us that iron sharpens iron. So in order, if you're iron, you can't be sharpened by wood. You can only be sharpened by someone else who is iron. Iron is a strong metal. So you have to surround yourself, and iron is not easily pliable or easily destroyed. So you want to surround yourself with somebody else who also builds themselves up, who also works on themselves constantly. So if you want to be a confident woman, number one, know whose you are. Number two, build yourself always. And number three, create an environment that will build you instead of break you or destroy you. So I appreciate you all for joining me. I apologize that it got started out kind of rocky, but you know what? We got it done. We got it done. If you all haven't, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also click the link below to get access to your free gift of 5 mistakes that women make that prevent them from profiting from their purpose. Until next time, remember, know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.